What's good? What's good? It's gonna be a quick update. Well, it depends how I'm feeling. It might be two hours. It might be a quick update. Um, yeah, I live by the day. I said I wasn't gonna make videos no more. I'm gonna still make videos. I'm just gonna I'm gonna still make my motherfucking videos. I might get disrespectful. I might not. It depends how I'm feeling. So yeah, it's just gonna be a quick update video, guys. I would bring my chain, but my chain I have to clean it because it dropped down the drain. And I went and I got it back. I thought I lost that bitch, but I went and got somebody and they got it for me. And yeah, so I just gotta clean my fucking shit. But yeah, before I start this video, I just want to make a few things. If you're trying to learn qigong or what they call qigong, it's not called qigong. It's called energy exercise. When you're trying to learn these exercise and practices, do not learn it from an Arab or an Asian person unless you guys aren't really skilled in astral project. Oh, not even astral. I don't even want to say that. I hate speaking about astral projecting because you got a lot of stupid dumbass niggers who ain't shit who think they special just because they can astral project. But it's just like you saying I'm special because I can walk with my fucking hands or I can walk with my feet. Like, who gives a shit? It's a thing, ability we fucking have. So I don't want to like make it look like you need to do it and shit. But when you're learning in the mental realm, because that's what it is your imagination. It ain't no fucking world. That's an actual place. It's your fucking imagination. So when you're learning in this realm, you need to understand that that's where you get all the learning from. That's where you learn all that's where you're getting, not even just with this, with everything in life. So that's what guys need to learn how to tap in and into those deeper aspects. It's not even about learning it from there. Like, a lot of this shit you already know. Like, you know a lot of shit already. Especially if you're a powerful spirit who watches my channel, you just got to remember it. That's all it is, because you've done it before. So you just got to do the work to actually remember it. So this is where you want to have all your learning from. Don't learn from these Asians and these Arabs. Their information is tainted. A lot of them are very negative and they have negative energy. This is why their views get pushed up, because anytime you have a person with a lot of views, they're very tainted. Their energy's tainted, so that information isn't theirs. They stole it from somewhere, and a lot of this shit has just been going around a circle. That's why everyone's doing the same fucking move, and they'll tell you, "Oh, you have to do it this way. You have to do it this way," or that's because they don't really. They have to do it that way because they're learning it from a third party. If you're learning it from within, then you'll be creating the moves, doing the. You see what I'm saying? So this is why I say it's good to learn it from the inner world than external, because a lot of the information external is just reused and is only so limited. And then they try to act like they're so deep, but they're not deep. None of these people know shit about shit when it comes to qigong. There's only probably one or two people who I'll give the benefit of the doubt to, and I respect them. And these are people who are breatharian or liquidarian. Anybody else, I don't know. So that's the only, maybe that's the reason why they know a lot more, and I respect their knowledge and information. And if I even learn, I'm gonna learn from these people. And if you're learning, learn from people who are breatharian. Do not learn from anybody who's teaching qigong or qigong who's not a breatharian or who's not a liquidarian. I'm not saying that you can't learn anything from them, but their information is just a copy, and it's gonna only take you so far. It's limited. And when you do the energy work and you have your intentions underneath their practice, you're not going to go as far. This is why you see some qigong practitioners that are breatharian and some that aren't. These are the ones who just do it for real, like these stupid dumbass Asian motherfuckers who come home from their bullshit, miserable, horrible commute. They come home and then, like, old as fuck, they got probably their little prostate cancer, whatever the fuck they got, their little problems. Then they do a little qigong because the little doctor at Kaiser told them to. Those motherfuckers who do qigong, they're tainting up the whole image of qigong. This is why when you see these people do qigong, they can't get better. When I'm telling you guys energy cultivation and building energy, this does not apply to everybody. If you're a person that I don't, well, not even I don't, does not even have to do with my opinion. If you're just and this is fact, because look at the world right now. I remember I told you when you guys do my energy cultivation under my teachings and everything, and I told you guys felt different. And if you do it continually, your energy is cultivating and building, and eventually you're going to be able to get stronger, not eat everything. I'm able, like earlier today, nigga, I had booked it. I had to run. Not nothing bad or nothing, but I just had to run because I was trying to get somewhere. I felt like I was driving a fucking vehicle. I did not even know. It wasn't even I could run fast. It was just everything. This is energy cultivation. When you see these other motherfuckers do it, they don't have energy cultivation. They still need to eat. Their appetite's not going down. They're just doing it so they can relax and they can feel good. These are demons. These are what you call, this is tainted. You don't want these people, they can't teach you. Everything they teach you, they're copying from somebody, because real knowledge and information, you're getting it from the mental realm. And the mental realm is what these little stupid faggots who think, oh, and just because you could tap into the mental realm does not mean you're intelligent. There's people that I've seen that are into breatharian, because when you fast for a long time, you start tapping into stuff like that. And there's people I've seen that are in that tapped in, and they go astral project, and they're fucking retarded. You guys know more than them, and some of you guys probably have it astral projected because you watch my fucking videos, and I'm more powerful than them, and then I have the information, and you could put two and two together because you have good foreknowledge. Once you astral project, you're gonna shoot right past all these fucking idiots. Remember I told you there's a difference between an enlightened ant, an enlightened insect, and there's a difference between an enlightened human that's a fucking construction worker that has to take care of his fat ass wife and kids, and an enlightened human being who is beyond that and has to create an impact to help people. There's different stages of enlightenment. So a cat can dream it and can imagine, astral project. So is a cat more intelligent than you? Use your common sense. So just because a human can tell you, oh, I got this from the astral, then this is why they're fucking retarded. This is why the only thing they can tell you is love and light and everything. They're so stupid, and like they're not deep because their spirit is like an animal that's very dumb and retarded. So you don't want people like this teaching you Qigong because they don't know shit about shit and their energy is tainted. So this is what I'm telling you guys. The best thing to do is learn in the mental realm. If you're going to learn from somebody who's a breatharian or liquidarian or who's on that path and they're teaching Qigong. If they're still eating food or they're not on a path or they haven't done a lot of fast and their outlook goal isn't from, like, don't learn from them. Don't learn from them. And don't get me wrong. If you say, "Oh, I need to learn from someone," I'm not. Go ahead and learn from them. I'm not saying their moves are wrong. Their moves aren't wrong, but their moves are copying me. So anything you see from an Arab and an Asian, any move you see, all the little hand movements, they'll say, "Oh, this is the bear. This is bear. This is bear claw. This is cheetah, lion, leopard." That's a bullshit. Ain't none of that shit. What the fuck is a leopard have to do with me moving my motherfucking hands, nigga? That's some stupid ass Chinese motherfucker, some Mason that they're dumb and retarded. They're into bestiality and they're like fucking. A lot of these the people who created all of these mental programs and named it Qigong, they're into bestiality and fucking children. So obviously they're gonna name like child when one of the yoga poses is called child's pose because it's sitting down like your butt's in the air and you're laying down. They call that child's pose because Buddha and all those Indians and those monks, they're Masons, the beginning ones. I'm not saying everyone, but the ones that made up the religion, they're into pedophilia and bestiality. So that's why they will name a lot of these poses like spinning leopard or what's it called? There's another one, bear claw. They name it after animals. And then there's a yoga pose called child's pose. And then they have the best card in the whole tarot deck is two butt naked children. The best, most popular, and share this video, guys. I'm gonna put this on when my other one goes up. I'm gonna put this on my community so people can watch it. The best, one of the best cards. I'm not saying the best. One of the best cards in the deck is the Sun card. Look up the Sun card. Rider's Waite deck. It's two butt naked children. So you already know these people's mind. They name everything. All of these moves that they call it have nothing to do with nothing. When you move your hands in a certain way, look at it like it's a fucking like it's a video game, or not even a video game, because a video game is not even, has nothing to do with this reality. I don't even know why I brought it up. It has nothing to do. It's actually the opposite of everything in this reality, and I'll get into that in another video. They want to trick you with that. But look at it like, if I push this fucking button, that red button with the triangle, it's gonna put on my emergency lights and it's gonna start flickering. You see the flicker? Or whatever. You guys know what you hear the noise. It's flickering. So when I push that button, it created a vent, right? So when I'm doing Qigong and I move my body in a certain movement, it's creating a certain energy in my body that's going on in my body. It's not no spiritual shit. This is going on in my motherfucking body. As a result of what's going on in my body, it allows me to relax my mind and relax my tension. And depending on how strong my spirit is and my spiritual journey, then that can open me up to be more receptive to spirituality and the nuances of the spirit But some people, they can't do it like that. Some people have a lot of density. They may have a lot of karma this life, or maybe it's not meant for them to know spiritual information because they have to be a human being and be a regular human before they end up be tapping in some deep shit. So they do qigong, it don't work as much as maybe they can't take the practice as far because this practice goes infinitely. You people been doing this. You see niggas who like qigong energizes the organs. Every single organ, your human body is a fucking one big ass organ, but there's many organs. You got your nose, your eyes, skin, everything is all connected. And qigong energizes all of them, so that makes them work more productive. And the more you do it, the more you're able to work it more. And this is what they call taking the practice deeper, and they call it inner alchemy. All of it, they try to be all deep and shit, but it's like, bitch, get to the point. You're just building up the fucking energy in the body so you can feel good and do energy. They have to make everything deep because they have to capitalize on it. They have to sell it because all the people who even create the whole terms qigong and all this dumb shit, they make it trace back to China, which it isn't traced back to fucking China. They just put it through there because, like, even watch the Jolo's channel, and that's where he talks about the info. They try to push everything over there and make it look like everything and they're not shit. They didn't create shit. They're fucking retarded. They're dumb as fuck. Qigong is not as deep as they try to make it look like. They try to make it look like it's something so special. They make everything. Nothing on this reality is special. It's fucking retarded and stupid. You got dumbass people out here thinking that they're special because they can astral project and talk to a fucking dinosaur. Bitch, I don't give a fuck about that. What the fuck are you doing with that information and with that ability? You stupid piece of shit. No one cares. Do the damn shit and get the fuck on. And then when you go out and you want to go out, like, it just, well, I'm not gonna get into it, but this shit's just crazy. So this is why I say, be careful who you're learning this qigong shit from. The best way to learn this is from the mental realm. That's the best way to learn anything in life. Not even just this, just anything in life. Stop watching YouTube. Tap into the inner mental realm. And if you guys can't do that, then you're going to have to be stuck on just learning from YouTube and other YouTubers who get their information from that, and you're being dependent on other people. You need to tap in and learn your own and make your own path. And once you tap into that energy in that space, then you got everything you fucking need. It doesn't have to be money. It could be a form of you not needing to eat. You could be a form of you being able to not get tired, and whoever you are, your ability is, you have some type of ability where it will sustain you in this fucking world. Because you see what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. Nobody talk to me about this person. I don't give a fuck about any person talking about qigong. If they're not a breatharian or liquidarian, don't tell me about their channel. They're a demon. They're promoted because all the people that talk about breatharian who are into qigong or what they call qigong, they're not being promoted. They're being heavily blocked. And every time tell me the last time you guys seen a fucking ad for food, like Pizza Hut ad. Most of the time you don't see ads for food, but tell me why every time I go on a breatharian or liquidarian channel, and I will always see an ad for fucking food. So they're already censoring those people, and those people really aren't speaking deep. It's just their actions are a threat. So even though they're not deep, their actions are a threat because they're not either consuming less and they're living a life where you would think like it's a whole nother world. You see all these people complain about bills, rent, food, and even people who have money. Oh, I got my real estate. I just made 10,000 in the market. Like that's a different world. Those people are living in hell. Like fuck that. And anybody coming on my page talking about finance or money, you're gonna get blocked too. You're gonna get blocked. Don't talk to me about no money. Don't talk to me no wildfires. Don't talk to me about nothing that isn't about health and breatharianism. Even when it comes to astrology, we're going to limit that shit on this page. There's a lot of people who respect it and I use it, but when you really on a certain path, once you get to a certain level, you don't even need that shit. You don't need that shit at all because the astrology, I would say, is mainly for people who want to participate and do that. But if you're really on your path, you don't need any of that shit. You don't need it unless you're trying to fucking set some event up or create an event in the future, or you want to time it right. But if you're on your path, you don't need it. But like I said, I don't even want to say that because I'm speaking for me. Some people need astrology, just like some people need cocaine. Some people need to be raped. Some people need to get their head chopped the fuck off. You see what I'm saying? So, but I don't need it, and you guys don't need it. So I'm not gonna say it's not needed because if there's people who need their head chopped off and they get their head chopped off every day, there's people who need astrology. So I want to say you don't need it. I would say find out for yourself if you need it. Don't just take somebody's word for it just because they say it in this. Find out for yourself. Go within. This is why I get to know self. And I'm not saying astrology isn't helpful. It's helped me out. I bring it up. The name of this video is astrology, and we're about to go into it. But I look at the big outer planets more so as the small day by day planets, because I feel like some of the times people, they misconstrue it. Like, for example, it'll be like uh uh full moon in Cancer or a moon in Capricorn. People just correlate that on business, not knowing there's other aspect of family. Family can be like like it could be so much. It could be a group of people that you fuck with, but they're not even your blood family, but you fuck with them on a certain level. But then it will register that as family, or it could be like some type of thought, or it could be some type of emotion that correlates to, like, it's so deeper than what people say, because you got to get to the energy of it. But then when you get to the energy of it, you're comparing the energy to what you can see in this bullshit reality that is accessible. You're not comparing it to what is possible, which is infinite things. So that's why it could get kind of a little tricky, and you'd be like, why the hell did the full moon in Libra happen, but this person, but somebody got sick or some shit? Or like, cause you be thinking like there'll be days you'll be a full moon in like Capricorn, and or a full moon in some sign, but it's like something happens that has nothing to do with that sign. Like, that doesn't make sense. I got my ass beat, but it's a full moon in fucking like this and that. It's because it's the energy was still there, but it's a lot deeper. So, but this is what I'm saying. You get to know yourself. Don't just start getting into shit because people say it. I'm not saying don't research it, because the name of this video is astrology, and it's good to look into it. But you guys gotta like understand what, like, understand, nigga. Like, there's a lot of bullshit in this world. That's why I'm gonna clean my shit up. If it's not about health, please don't talk to me about it at all. I will touch into some topics every now and then, but like I said, you guys know certain things you talk to me about, I'm gonna have to time you out, or I might have to block you, because we're not going to be promoting bullshit. Because what's happening is that you're all this shit that they want people to promote and talk about. All of the people that talk about it aren't talking about it, aren't doing nothing to fix the issue. So when I'm like, okay, what did you do about it? When somebody tells me something negative in the world, I'm like, okay, what's gonna happen? What did you do about it? Are you gonna do this, that? And then they come at me with a dumbass face. Then you're a demon, and I might slap you upside the fucking head, because you're not talking to me on how to make the situation better. You're talking to me on, you want me to feel sad. Because if you tell me like somebody got killed and I laughed at it and I started joking, you would get upset with me. But then if I started crying, you'll think it's normal. But if I tell you to go help them, you'll look at me with like, who the fuck are you? Like, get the fuck out of here, you bitch ass nigga. Stop fucking with this shit. Stop wasting my time. If nothing's gonna be done, because it's to a point where, nigga, you keep telling me about these motherfuckers. Like, I don't care. Like, tell me about a black kid get killed, I'll laugh at that shit. Tell me about some stupid white kid that got raped and molested, I'm gonna laugh at that shit. I don't care. There are people who do that shit, so who gives a shit? I don't care. What do you want me to say? Laugh and be sad? You want me to be sad? You want me to cry? You're a demon. You don't want me to be happy? You want me to be sad? Why don't you just shut the fuck up and don't tell me what's going on in the world, and then this wouldn't even be a problem? Why do you have to tell me something negative in the world? I don't care. And I don't say it's negative or positive. It's, don't tell me about that fucking event. There could be somebody who won $1 million. Don't tell me about it. If I have a bunch of goons around me, I might have them set them up to rob them and give me some money, if anything. But don't tell me about a person winning money. Don't tell me about something good or bad, or what something so-called good or bad. Just shut the fuck up and leave me the fuck alone. If it's not about health, then it's not a topic for me. I'm done with that. And it's something I will touch on if I feel it's important, or if not even feel it's important. I just feel like it, I will. Because it's not even about what's important. It's what the fuck I feel like at this point. Like, I'm not explaining shit to anyone. Like, there's no such thing as right, wrong. When I'm just coming how I'm coming. And I do, but obviously there is righteousness. But you guys know what I mean. Let me read some of these comments. Shout out to Speak Your Mind and JVat, same channel, same person. But shout out to the dude brother. Shout out to my nigga. Ain't no brother, nigga. I'm not no brotherhood. Fuck the brotherhood. Fuck us, a nasty, disgusting, dirty ass school. Fuck all that crap. So they gotta start changing the words, everything. Like, there's a lot of work that needs to be done. Like, everything, like, needs to be fucking changed. Like, literally. Oh shit, was thinking about you. I was literally gonna tag you for to make a video, then saw you pop on my mind. Yeah, I wasn't gonna go live, but like, let me just go live today. We'll go live today because we're going in some different, like, the more, like, I don't know, man, like every time I go out in society, I think it's my energy. I've been programming my energy a lot more, and I noticed, like, because I've noticed recently, like, people be acting different than they were before. People used to bug me all the time and come out my way when I'm doing key. And like, these people, it's like I'm a ghost, low key. And I think because I've been programming my energy, like every time I be like, I just say certain intentions and certain things to just block my shit out and shield my aura. And I know it's like I feel like I'm more like invincible. I'm more like a not like a ghost. I like a blend in and do shit and more. And people just they don't like see me. Like I'll be in the mid. Like it's just weird. Like it's hella weird. And when I'm doing my like people leave me the fuck alone and like it's straight up like it's weird. It's in a way where it's and I think it's it's the key gone. I know it's the key gone. So like this is what I'm telling you niggas to get on this key gong. If you haven't done 3 months of key gong, nigga, like you missing out because this is something you're gonna be every like it's exciting because every month you're getting more like right now, like it's to a point right now where my energy's up. Like I was like when like when I punch this fucking thing, it feels like I'm like when you get a bat or you get like a blunt object and you hit something, you can hit it harder. It feels like my hand is a bat. Like when I hit something, it's like I can hit it harder, and it doesn't. I can't explain. Like you guys get on this, it makes you strong. Because I remember I watched Ella Tom's video, and Ella Tom's skinny, and he was with a skinny ass white bitch, and he was in Africa, and they got robbed, and I remember he's like, "Oh, they robbed us." And I was like, "Oh shit, they robbed him." And he told me he had a mark on his hand. He's like, "Yeah, we were throwing down." And then it was a skinny white bitch with him. I'm like, "What the fuck they were throwing down?" Like, I'm surprised they didn't just get down because with a gun and everything. And it's like, and the reason why, because they had that qigong, that energy. Fuck the qigong word, but that energy. So it made them more strong. So I'm not saying it's gonna make you like a 300 pound, like, but it makes you, it adds strength to your body. And a person who doesn't practice it, obviously somebody like 400 pounds, you're like 20 pounds is obviously, but let's just say it's like somebody's 180, you're like 150 or 130, and you've been doing qigong for like years, and you have some like you're gonna have more strength in them. You're gonna be able to. It's gonna be hard for them to tussle with you because your organs are energized, your muscles are energized. You're more. That's why when I move, I just like I move a lot because I have a lot of energy. So this really it helps, and I can tell. This is what I'm saying. Get on this shit. All you guys who do go to the gym, ask Mysterio. A gym workout will get you. He said he went through a gym workout like he went through a gym workout like a thirsty nigga drinks water. Like he just went through it. It's just a gym workout. So whatever you're doing, if you're a painter, if you like to do music, whatever you do, this is gonna help aid you. It's not just with this health. You could be a healthy person and whatever you're doing, you could be a healthy person who does music or does fucking you paint. Or even if you game. Like literally everything, because it helps you more focus. You're able to move your hands more, the dexterity, your sight to a movement of your fingers, which that shit takes skill. So I'll even say gaming, that is a skill, but if you're like playing, if in terms of on a high level, but this shit really helps. I'm telling you niggas. You want to get on this, and then you want to do the yoga, and you want to do the fasting. The fasting is going to be probably the hardest one for you guys to get down, but that is very, very necessary, and that needs to be a continual thing. Then as you keep doing this, don't wait for the expectation, because when you're on this type of journey and path, you're proving to the spirit. People call it God, all possibility. I don't like to call it any of that shit. I don't like naming that shit. I can give a fuck about that shit. At the end of the day, we're doing what we're doing, and then whatever you want to call that energy is gonna do what the fuck it needs to do. I don't give a fuck what it's doing. It isn't, but you see what I'm saying? I'm doing what it's supposed to be doing. We're not sitting here thinking, oh, what does God want me to do? What's this? What's it? It's not even called shit. Just do your live, be a human, and be a life, and stop thinking about shit that you don't need to think about, and just do it. That's it. Stop talking about, oh, God wants me to do this. God wants to do, I do this. Who gives a shit? Nigga, just do the damn thing. Fuck that piece of shit energy, whatever man called it God. I don't give a fuck what I'm going to just do my thing. When you do it, things happen in the world. And those things that are happening is, oh, God help me do that. Like somebody dumbass motherfuckers like, oh, you don't believe in God? I'm like, I've never heard God. God never helped me. What the fuck you talking about? He's like, oh, when this happened to you, or when this happened to me, somebody gave me $10. I was gonna like, shut the fuck up, bitch. The motherfucker $10 came because nigga, I did something for $10. The motherfucker come. Otherwise, $10 when the goddamn fucking come. The fuck, nigga. Then now take that $10 and do something productive to go make an impact on yourself and on the reality. Instead of taking the $10 to go get drunk and then think that you're special because somebody gave you $10, whereas I took the $10 to go do something for the reality, and I'm gonna get better impact than your stupid ass who's sitting there drinking, thinking, "Oh, God gave me this, I'm so special." And shut your stupid ass up, nigga. You got dumbass people out here thinking this shit some type of game, nigga. That's why I hate this fucking reality so goddamn much. You niggas is all stupid, and I don't mean you guys on the channel. I'm saying this fucking reality, and niggas is so everything's about emotions and shit. I'm not saying don't have emotions, but if you have emotions, get out of that shit. Kill that shit. Get rid of it and destroy it like it's a fucking disgusting ass piece of fucking insect. And burn, that's what you need to do to the emotion. That's all it's about is emotion. Somebody feel good, oh, I just seen this fucking dinosaur digging in his fucking ass and it told me that you're Oshun and granted me special abilities and sprayed pinkle dust in my fucking asshole. And then I had a dream of that. I'm special. And then you walk around a fucking ego with your name tag at McDonald's. You still at McDonald's with that name tag. You're thinking about that fucking dream all day. You talking about it on YouTube. That's how these bum ass niggas are. This is what I want everybody in this fucking just fucking retarded as fuck. So that's why I say get your health up. When you do Qigong and when you fast and you do all that shit, what happens is you're proving to yourself, and as you prove to yourself, things will happen. Because when you start fasting, Qigong and all this shit, you start having dreams, synchronicities, and you start remembering things that you forgot, and then you know what to do. And then you're like in this mental, spiritual space where you have so much energy that's on like a certain level where no one can really fuck with you. You're sustained. You're good. Nothing about money. Nothing about it's just you're sustained. However that comes. Last time I checked, nigga, a sustain doesn't have to do with having $1 million. Sustain because sustain could be you don't need even $500,000, or you don't even need $1 million, or you don't need to consume, or you don't need that. Maybe it's you need money. Maybe it's you need whatever your position is. You'll be sustained because you're in that space. And then that's where you come up with all your. That's where you come up with all your creative gifts, whatever you need, the things you're supposed to be doing. You don't have to depend it on any of this shit. But that's the thing. That's what I'm saying. That's the thing. All about. And I want to talk about this Saturn and Aries because right now I want to talk about health. We already talked about it. How important it is you guys get that down. The fasting. I want to go over one more time. The fasting, yoga, qigong. Really, that's all you really need to be doing. Taking care of your health. Any of you guys who are watching my videos and you're bored, you're like confused in life, you don't know what to do, and you're like, oh, nothing's ever working. If every month and every year is not getting better, then you're stuck. So I don't give a fuck what you're doing. If you're not progressing regularly, like every 6 weeks to like 2 months, you don't see an increase of progress in your life, then you're doing something wrong. Don't sit there and be like, oh, I'm just doing this and I'm doing this and I'm putting the work in. And if you're not seeing an increase, you're not putting in no fucking work. So whatever you're doing, you need to quit because we're at a different time right now. We're going into a different time, so everything is quick. There's no more waiting. So everything that you remember back in the day, you said, I want to have this business, I want to have this, I want to do this. Every single person who's in this chat, every dream that you said you wanted or everything you wanted to do, you should have been doing it right now. There's nobody who's been on this shit for years who's not supposed to be near where they're supposed. This time we're in, we're supposed to be on go mode. So all this shit we said we were gonna do, all this shit it's supposed to be happening right now. And if it isn't, that means it's a problem. So this is why I say this year. This is why I say a lot of Saturn in fucking Neptune and Aries is gonna be a problem. It's gonna be a problem. This is why I tell you guys, get building up your energy for your health. And when I talk about health, it's not just about health, because once you get your health and you build up the energy, then you start tapping in to other aspects of self. Like you niggas, you guys dream every night, right? When you start doing this work, You'll start having dreams where things will be given to you, told to you. You'll be able to, like, I remember the last time I took a pain pill. A pain pill. The last time I took a pain pill was like, say, 4 years ago. 3.5, 4 years ago. Because I remember I took a pain. Well, that's a whole nother story. I'll tell you later. But I did about 3.5, 4 years ago. And I remember the spirit was telling me, like, stop taking it. And I kept taking it. I remember I had a dream. And it's like, I put this on everything. I put this on my spirit. I put it on everything. Put it on whatever. I don't lie. What happened was this man was like, I'm gonna tell you. He's like, he kept telling us, like, over a course of a year, I was getting like messages to stop taking pills and shit, and I just wasn't listening and shit. And I remember I had a dream once, and I was like, right before I woke up, I was like some fucking, I don't know what the fuck it was. It was like in a humanoid type of form. It's whatever the fuck it was. It was just my mind creating a type of being. But he was like, I'm gonna tell. He's like, I'm gonna force you to stop. And after that, when I woke up from that morning, from that dream, my stomach was hurting all fucking day, and I never took a pill ever since. And like I told myself, I'm never gonna get to that point where it's gonna force me to stop. So like that's what I'm saying. But that's when you go on this. Even when I'm doing like my birthday, and I go on my long fast. There'll be certain dreams I have, and then when I come back from the dream, like I'll be doing like how I do my yoga, and then like I have a dream that something released, and then I wake up, or like a week later, and then like I don't think the same like I used to, or my mind's more clear or some shit. And but you have dumbass people that will say, "Oh, I had a dream and this happened," and then no, bitch, it's correlated to real life. You fucking idiot. You got to be doing some real life shit. I don't even like talking about that dumbass shit. Well, it's not dumb, but I don't like talking about it because it's really people look at it for more than what it is. That's why I like to just make shit into reality, because that's really what's important, really. And even that is reality. But people, when you tell people like that's reality, they look at it like it's something different, because that's all dumb people. That's why I don't like to really speak on shit, certain experiences like that, because a lot of people aren't at that level when they look at it like, because the reality at the end of the day, this world ain't, you don't have free will. You don't have 100% control over your mind. So get that out of your mind. So don't think that you have this power. You can do whatever you can't just do whatever you fucking want. You don't have 100% control over this reality. And anybody that disagrees with me, you could get debunked as well, because you don't have 100% free will of this reality. You don't even have control of what the fuck I'm gonna do tomorrow, if I'm gonna make a live stream or not. I can say if you could be like, I watch every video of you, Chauncey One, but if I don't make a live stream, you're not watching the video of me tomorrow. So that's just a small level. Like, you don't have control over shit. Like, maybe that wasn't the best example, but you guys know what the fuck I mean. But like I said, man, like, we gotta get our shit. We gotta get our health right. You guys gotta get your health right. That's all you really gotta get done with. Not everyone. Like, some of you niggas, I'm not talking to everyone. I'm only talking to the few. Like, if you're part of the people that you know who I'm talking to, all you gotta get to. Don't worry about. You keep watching all these other people. You keep doing extra work. You see somebody, oh, he's doing this. They have this business. He has to read these books. He has to do this. I have to study. I have to get, and then you start doing shit that you don't need to do. Like, all of that shit that you think you need to do, if you just took care of your health, because some of you guys are powerful spirits, and when you're a powerful spirit, some shit you just remember and you just know. So you move a certain way. So you're sitting here wasting your time trying to do A, B, and C, whereas like, you already know A, B, and C, but you got to do this. And then the other person, nigga, like, you may be watching this person, oh, but this motherfucker's gonna probably die at age 60 from a disease because he had a lot of money, and he was able to delve into his desires and buy a lot of Tootsie Rolls and fucking weed and shit. You know what I'm saying? So now since he had the extra money to buy all that extra shit, so he's gonna die sooner. So you don't want to be like all these rich, because at the end of the day, all of them are like, even organic food, everything is poison. If you're not breatharian, you're gonna end up probably being, unless you die from an accident or something, you're gonna probably be tainted by this shit. And at the end of the day, some spirits, there's nothing wrong with it, because if you're on your spiritual path doing what you're supposed to be doing and you're eating, then that's fine, because when you pass on, at least you did the spiritual work. But if you're just a regular bum ass nigga, you commute to your little shitty ass job in your little raggedy ass electric BMW, you think you're all that and you're special, nigga, and you just consume, then you're just gonna die and end up going to a mental hell and having to live out there for a long time. And you could have at least took care of your fucking health that extended that miserable life. So when you go into retirement, you could at least have more years to live off that little chump change that they gave you, you stupid piece of shit. So, but people don't think like that. That's a person who should take care of their health, is a piece of shit motherfucking commuter who wastes their whole time. So now when they're like fucking 60 and they retire, they can at least live to be age 90. But then if too many people did that, they'll raise their retirement to be 100, because 100, the only reason the retirement's at the age it is because the living expectancy is at such a low age. And the reason the living expectancy is age 80 is because of the chemicals and the bullshit in the food. It's not because a human being's supposed to live that long, unless you're stupid. I don't know if that's like would make any sense unless you're an idiot. Like, for real. It's like if I created a goddamn poison where 80% of society would die at age 40 because they ingested it through simply breathing in the air. Are we going to change the life expectancy to 40 and make it, oh, humans live to 40? No, bitch, there's something intervening. And I'm not saying humans live forever, but bitch, ain't no human living under 100 years old. That's fucking very... If you're a human living under 100, that's a child. And I'm not saying they're supposed to live forever, but under 100 is a child. You ain't even supposed to wrinkle. All of that shit is all negative energy. All that wrinkling and all, that's all negative energy. That's why the white people, they wrinkle the most. Because they skin the most fucked up. Out of everyone, they skin the most fucked up. And it has nothing to do, like you say, oh, being racist. They gotta talk shit about every skin. Talk shit about dark skin. All the skins is fucked up. But white is the most fucked up because that's why it wrinkles and it can't be in the sun. So this is just, and even the eyes, when the eye is a light color like red or yellow or blue, your eye gets more fucked up more. That's why you see more white people, they wear glasses. Like the nerds, they wear glasses. It's because that's what I'm saying. And they white, or they may have a lot more European in them. It's because of the skin. And I forgot where I was going with that shit, but you guys know what I'm talking about. Yeah, I forgot what I was going with that. I was gonna say something, but like I said, if you do qigong, that, because I've seen white people who were into that shit and they did qigong and they be out in the sun and doing it qigong, and it don't seem to be really, they be out in the sun and doing they shit more. So I'm not gonna sit there and say you can't. Well, actually, no, not everyone can, because this goes beyond. It goes even beyond race. It's just spiritual. Like some people, they can't do it, and that's what I was talking about earlier. There was this one Filipino, my neighbor. He's Filipino, and he was all telling me, like, she would see me doing my qigong, and he was all telling me. I told him, "Have you done it before?" He's like, "Yeah, I did it back in my younger days." And he's like, "I'm like, why'd you stop doing it?" He's like, "Because it stopped working, and I just didn't." I felt a little relaxed, but it just stopped working, or it didn't work for him. So when he said that, it made me realize, okay, because the energy, the way I'm building the energy, I'm like, in my mind, why isn't everybody doing this shit? Like, if people felt what I was feeling, why isn't everybody doing it? But it made me realize, oh, it's because it's a reason. Just like I told you, like, why is everybody leaving spirituality to go to Jesus? But when you think about it, it's a reason. It's because people can't handle the shadow work, so they got to go back and hope Jesus and God takes the wheel and shit. So it's everything's for a reason. So the reason people aren't doing it is because people can't feel what I'm feeling. So when you guys felt relaxed, you guys need to build up on that shit and keep doing it. Don't take this for granted. Because a lot of people, this is one bald-headed nigga. I'm not going to even give his channel a shout. I ain't giving no channel no motherfucking shout out. Only person I gave was that Jerome brother, because he's a liquidarian and I respect him. And he actually, like, I talked to him actually on the Instagram and shit. But there's this one bald-headed nigga, and he was all talking. I'm not even talking. I don't like, when I say bald-headed, I'm not like, I don't hate the dude or have a problem. I just this is how I talk. And this is bald-headed ass nigga, right? And he was all talking about how people spend years trying to develop the Dantian. The first time I did qigong, it was last December. That's when I did it for real. I did it last October, but I did it on last December when I was showing you guys. I did qigong. I remember the first session I did it, I had a dream. And in the dream, I kept hearing Dantian, and then it was like a energy, and it was just telling me Dantian, and then that's when I knew the energy was building. And then after that, my energy was building. And then after December, I stopped for like 6 months until we got to until 7 months until we got to July, and then I've been doing it ever since. So I had stopped for 6 or 7 months. But when I first did, I was having a lot of like weird dreams and shit, and so I knew the energy was activated. But so that day, the reason it was saying Dantian in my dream isn't because that's what the fuck it's called, but my brain was trying to make me register, and I seen the word Dantian and I correlated to energy, so it said that. But none of these words fucking exist. This is why I say you want to change the way your words are so they don't get programmed into your mind. Because all of these fucking words, they're man-made and they're made up, and they're they use it. It's all for capitalism. This is why they're trying to sell. When you go type in Qigong, you see all these stupid old ass Chinese people and Arabs doing it, and none of them are doing real Qigong, because even though they're doing the movements, they're not cultivating energy. All of these niggas are fucking. They have no creative ability. They have no talent. They can't show you nothing like breatharianism, eating less. The only thing they can show you is martial arts skill, and that's it. And they didn't even make that shit up. They didn't even make that shit up. They copied and stole all that fucking shit. So, like I said, they don't have nothing. The motherfuckers don't have nothing. All of them are old as fuck, and they sit there and do Qigong, and then the whole Qigong community is, it's like they fuck it up. They do it on purpose to push anybody who's supposed to be doing it. Like all the people who need to be doing it to help their spirit, they already look at it a certain type of way. And the people who really won't even prosper from doing it, or prosper very little, those are the people doing it. It's like this world is so fucking backwards. It's like, you nigga, sit your old ass down, nigga. You ain't shit. You still look like an old dump. Like an old fucking sack of feces that somebody forgot to flush. Nigga, sit your ass down. No one gives a shit about you doing Qigong. Like, the only reason you're doing it because you're bored as fuck and you have all that fucking pension that somebody needs to rob. Bitch ass nigga. Like, that's the only reason you're doing it, because you're bored as fuck. You weren't doing that years ago. It's always an old ass fuck in the park, old ass Arab with that cheap ass BMW that don't even cost 100 racks, don't even cost 60 racks, and you making payments on it, you dumbass. You think you all that with your fucking mortgage house, and you making payments on that raggedy fucking regular BMW that you think is all that. You couldn't even get the fucking souped up model, nigga. You got the base one. You think you all that, and it's on credit. Like, I swear, like, you got these pieces of shit. Like, I see them all the time around here. Like, when I used to live in the fucking my neighborhood with my dad, like, you see all these stupid motherfuckers. They think they all like, bitch, you ain't rich, nigga. Sit your ass down. They think that they have money or something. Like, you could tell, like, they miserable. Like, their whole, and even the ones that do got money, like, you could just see, like, they don't even have time to spend their fucking money. Like, they go to work, they come home, and then they probably like go to the fucking to the beach, or to the fucking to the Dave and Buster's or whatever, and then you can just see like they're miserable, like they're so addicted, like they're so busy throughout their whole life that they're trying to catch that fleeting running away feeling of happiness. So when it's Friday comes, they're instead of being happy, they're stressed about not being able to do everything that they can do on Friday, Saturday. So even though you're supposed to be relaxed, they're in a mood to try to do everything, and then it ends up coming up like it's just weird. Like, you can see like these motherfuckers is miserable. I'm walking. I remember when I stayed at the house by the beach where my dad stayed at a couple of years ago when I was living there. I'll walk over to the beach, and I'll walk to the beach, and there was like a waterway, and it'll be like a big ass, like, people have backyards looking over this waterway, and they have boats, and I never see them back. I'm like, do they ever hang out and chill? Like, where are they at? And it's like most of them, they don't have time because they're out here working to pay for that expensive ass house, and the time they do have is like a little small smidget of time because they're fucking miserable. It's like, what a fucking life to live. And then by the time they know, they old as fuck. What a fucking life to live. For real, that's a lot of BS in this world, like you said. Once a year, your path then seems. It's like you said, once you're on your path, then exactly, things seem to happen. But it's not even about expecting. You just gotta do it and really not give a fuck about really anything, to be honest. Like, don't give a fuck about nothing, really. Nothing really is. The only thing important is you doing what you're supposed to do and being yourself. That's the only thing that's important. What comes from that is not important. Just you doing it is important. Anything that comes from that, any gifts, any type of rewards, whatever that this world has told you that you'll get if you do the right thing, whatever the fuck that is, that ain't important. You being yourself and doing you and being the real you, that's the only thing that's important. Fuck everything else. Fuck everything else. And don't let these demons try to make you feel some type of way. Like, oh, you need to do this, or you need to say, or like you're this. Like, first of all, if you don't like somebody, I can't watch somebody I don't like. Because if somebody's saying shit I don't like, it stresses me out. It annoys me. Like, if you're saying shit I don't agree with, I'm gonna be pissed. So that's why I don't watch it. But you got people out here like this. I'm not even gonna name this nigga's name, but this guy's a motherfucking troll made a video about me saying, "Oh, I need to be removed from YouTube." Might even be an agent. I don't even know because he has a fucking skull profile picture. I know some of you niggas seen the fucking video. Bitch ass nigga talk about I need to be removed, and I was like, just stop watching my videos if you don't like how I act. Like I don't gotta give you a fucking explanation for shit. How I act. Anybody want me to give? I don't gotta give nobody an explanation for what the fuck I fucking do, bitch. Take my information. If you don't like how I act, fucking move the fuck on. I don't like fucking faggots and masons and politicians. I don't like them. Do I go and watch C-SPAN and CNN? I don't watch that stupid shit because I don't fucking like those people. Like, why the fuck would you watch my channel if you don't fucking like my channel, dumbass? Yeah, you gotta really waste your whole life. Like, we have 24 hours in a day. And most of you niggas don't even have that because you gotta work a shitty ass job. Time is speeding up, so you cut that by a third. So you really only have like 16 to 18 hours in a day. Then you work a shitty ass job, so you only got 10. You go to sleep for 6. You only got 2 hours, really. The whole fucking day, the average person. To yourself. You don't have that much time. But then you got people who, the time that they have, they want to spend like, and even if you, let's say you don't work, you don't do anything, like you could be spending so much time doing so much. Like I do Qigong 2 times a day, 30 minutes a day. That's an hour a day. And look what I've got. Like I've gotten so much benefit from that. People spend 30 minutes scrolling, talking about something they hate, wasting their time. You guys don't think that's fucking that much time, but it adds up. I did 30 minutes of Qigong 2 times a day for 7 months. 6 months, going on 7 months. You see what I'm saying? And the benefit that I got from it, I can't imagine. Imagine if I took those 30 minutes and just was trolling or was on the YouTube making a video that was pointless or just doing something. But instead, during those times, there was days I didn't want to do it. There was days it was raining. There was days it was like I didn't feel like doing it and shit. But I was like, let me just do it. And the more I did it, the better it got. Now it's a point where I can't not do it. If somebody tries to stop me from doing it, I'm going to be really upset and pissed. I'll do this shit anywhere. I don't give a fuck. I do that shit anywhere I'm at. I'm going to do the motherfucking Qigong. Before, I used to be kind of like I didn't want to do it in public because people kept looking, and I can't. It's not that I didn't care what people say. It's just I couldn't focus because they'd be looking, and then it'd be hard for me to focus and shit. Cause I'd be seeing who the fuck they in it. But now I'm like, I'm so in it. I don't even give a shit. I do, and it's funny because nobody at this point, nobody even gives a fuck anymore. They don't even look. But when I was doing it before, everyone used to always look and stare because they picked up on the energy. That's why you have to have a strong mind because people, it don't matter who y'all know. People respect a certain mind. Like there'll be certain people like when you have a certain like confidence about yourself, people they pick up on it. Even people who hate you, they'll pick up on it. And people who hate you, when they pick up on it, they still respond with respect. But it's like more of a disrespect. So it's still a respect, but it's like a diss. So that's what I call the disrespect. Like they still respecting you, but it's dissing you at the same time. So even like when you have a certain that's why a lot of people they'll start like rude remarks for no reason. You have people hate on you for no, because they see that you're confident. A lot of people in the society, especially if you're somebody like if you don't want to go, you want to go against the grain. Like you say, I don't want to work a 9 to 5. I believe in my business. I believe in this. Or fuck, I believe in what I got going on. Fuck a business. I just want to go for what I got going on. I just don't fucking feel like doing that. And I feel like I don't, because it's not like I don't, like a lot of people, they don't work a 9 to 5 because they're forcing themselves. Like, oh, I don't want to work because I don't want to have this and that. But it's like, I'll say 85 to 95% of the reason I don't work a 9 to 5 is because I don't need to consume that much food. I don't have a desire to use a lot of shit and consume. That's why I don't do it. So when people look at me, they're projecting from their point of view, like, "Oh, you're a bum. You don't do this. You need to do this." You know, but it's like they don't understand. So I'm not gonna even explain it. I just laugh at them, like, "Nigga, you're in hell." Like, I'm fuck you. So like when I see shit like that, it just makes me laugh. That's why I'm like, this is why I said just I forgot where it was at, but you guys know what I'm talking about. I just be laughing when people be on some bullshit. They just like to project their own shit onto you, thinking that you're like them. And it's like, no, bitch, I'm doing my shit for my own reason. Oh yeah, I know where I was at. Because when you do things on your own will and you have confidence in your own abilities, people who don't have confidence, they get upset. It's like nothing drives a person with zero confidence more than another person who they think shouldn't have confidence. So when a person with zero confidence sees somebody that they think that they're better than, or that shouldn't have confidence, and you're more confident than them, and you're so-called manifesting more than them, that upsets them, it angers them. So that's when getting they start getting some big nuts. They start wanting to say shit. I'm like, nigga, why don't you use that same energy to go out and face your fears? Don't face me, go face your fears. Don't let me be a motivation to make you face your fears. But you're upset that I'm overcome mine, and this is how much these bitch ass niggas are. This is why this brings me into the Saturn and Neptune and Aries. Perfect. Because this is why you're seeing a lot of people not wanting to be cool with people. Because I go out in public, right? And I observe. I don't just be on the internet. I observe. And when I'm observing, excuse me, when I'm observing, I'm seeing like you it's like a new thing where you can't really talk to people no more. People are so, because what's going on, everyone has trauma. And if you haven't been dealing with your trauma, oh, that's a cute ass cat. The cat that was over here. But if you're not dealing with your trauma right now, it's like it's flaring up even more. So everybody's getting their ass spiritually whooped right now, whether they know it or not. And this is why you're seeing more people wanting to be by themselves, because this is hermit mode. Anytime when you have to be by yourself, it's because a lot of you guys say, "Oh, I'm introvert. I like talking to people." And I used to say I'm introverted, but as I started doing the work, it's not like I just like to talk to anyone, because I still cut your ass off. I don't like to talk to most people because they're idiots. But the thing is, you don't want to deal with no one. And even right now, I don't want to deal with no one. Like when I see somebody who hasn't done the shadow work, because like when you build a lot of this energy, whatever they call it, you're able to see a lot more and observe more than you were previously. So I'm able to see people in their bullshit. So I don't even want to be around them, because I know I can tell off the bat if I talk to somebody for less than a minute, or even if I just see their actions for less than a minute. I can see if hanging out with them will be a problem in the future, or I have like foreknowledge of that whole situation. Because anybody who likes shadow work, their spirit is currently trying to get them to focus on what they need to do. So if you're around this type of individual and you're not supposed to be around them because they're supposed to be by themselves and do something, and they're doing something that's not right, it's going to manifest a negative situation. So if you have money, if you have a good situation, if you're happy, don't be around somebody who isn't doing the shadow work. Don't be, because they're gonna fuck your shit up. If you making money, if you got something going on, if you're at peace, don't hang around. That's why I tell you guys, like, if you're anybody that complains about finances, if you're not complaining about finances, or even if you are, and you have my knowledge and information, don't hang around anybody who complains about money. Don't hang around anybody who complains about bitches or who complains about anything about life, unless they're giving you a solution like I'm giving you. Don't ever hang around or entertain anyone. If somebody comes up to you and says, "Oh, things are getting expensive," be like, "What are you fucking talking about?" Like, don't put that shit on me, nigga. Don't put that shit on me, cause you see what I'm saying? Like, that's your perspective. That's your perspective. Not everybody has that same perspective of what's expensive. Don't project it onto me. You guys may say, "Well, it is expensive because if you go on the internet, everybody's talking about it." That's what I'm saying. You have to relate it to the internet. you can't relate it to real life. So everything you feel and you think you have an opinion about is related to real life. I don't give a fuck what's on the internet or it's related to the internet. I don't care what's on the internet. You see what I mean? Stop fucking, because you be like, well, they are right because, and it's gonna go back to social media and the internet or what you've seen. It's not coming from your experience because what experience you fucking got, nigga? You work a shitty 9 to 5. You don't do goddamn shit all day. You're on your phone all day. Nobody has no. So what is it coming from? So you're creating your own reality. Don't hang out with these bitch ass niggas because Saturn and Pisces, Saturn's going into Aries. So, and it's gonna be Neptune's going in there as well. So everybody's gonna be focused on themselves, really. Everyone's gonna be focused on themselves. But the thing is, like, if the good thing is, if you have creative abilities and you the shit and you know you the shit, then it's gonna be a good thing. If you're like a bum and you ain't shit, it's gonna be bad because you're gonna be focused on yourself, but then you ain't even gonna like yourself really, consciously or subconsciously, and it's just gonna play out in a whole bunch of like insecurities and negative moments because you're trying to do something you ain't. Like, nigga, you ain't no chief. You a fucking Indian, so you need to get in line. And a lot of people are gonna be wanting to be a chief, but they're not no chief, nigga. You a fucking Indian, and you're gonna have to be an Indian. Like, you can't have confidence in yourself and be positive if you don't want to do the work and you don't know that you need to do the work. So this Saturn and Aries is gonna make everybody feel like, this is why you see everybody, oh man, I hate when they have these men tell each other like, oh, men, they're coming, they're going alone, they're being alone. Men are like, no, bitch. Like, don't sit there and put men in the same category like we're all alone. We're all alone. No, bitch, you're alone. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, you're alone. I hate when they do that shit because, first of all, like, I was watching this MGTOW channel, right? And I had a point, but I want to say this. I was watching this MGTOW channel, and he's all talking about how men are alone and men, we don't like to do this, and society's giving up on men. And and then you'll see all these people in the comments leaving their little fucking stories and little experiences of how miserable their life was and how fucking they got just shut down by somebody and they want to project it to trauma bond. And if I'm looking at it, I'm like, if there's so many men that are changing and the government and the system wants me to believe, and to be honest, like, people on a certain level, everybody's retarded. But if there's so many of these men that are like that, wouldn't you actually think that some of the men that these men are saying are the problem are some of the men in the comment section? Like, for an example, the guy who's making the video, he has no personality. He looks like a boring person. Very boring, no personality. If he had people in his comment section who agree with him, who was in the same room as him, they wouldn't even like him. And they will think that he's like those other men. So, because where are all these men coming from? Like, where are all these simps coming from? Like, everybody online says men are simps and this, and that. But these people that are simps have to come from somewhere. And I'm starting to believe a lot of these niggas who are MGTOW are the simps. Because, like, have you ever seen somebody, like, it'll be a female that says, oh, people keep picking on me or people keep talking shit to me. But then you'll see a situation where she's picking on somebody, but she doesn't know she's picking on them because that's how the universe works. Like, people, this is how a demon, this is how a lot of people, they're trapped in their own hell. This is why they say there's no victims. 99% of the victims you see, they will say, oh, this person's doing this to me, but then they'll do it to somebody else. So I'm like, this is why I say don't compare me, because if you were to put all these MGTOW people that so-called agree with each other, they will all fucking find a problem with each other still, because it's not based on anything other than these niggas have trauma and problems and they haven't healed it. So if they go around, you can't run from yourself. So if you go around somebody, it's gonna be a problem. It's going to manifest as a problem or a disagreement. Because if there's so many men that agree, then why hasn't the world shifted or changed? Obviously, that's not the case. It's just a bunch of damaged ass niggas out here that have nothing better to do but just complain. And if they knew each other in real life, they'll complain about each other, and then they'll come to a conclusion where human going their own way. It's Higtow. I'm a human. I'm going my own way. There's gonna be some dumbass shit like that. But I was gonna say something, but I missed my point. Shout out to Mooney Mercury. What's good with it? Yeah, shout out to Mooney Mercury. Yeah, I see he said he had an illness or something, Which when I seen it, like he said he was sick, like that's what I'm saying. Like if we take care of our health, like sick, anytime you get sick like that, like I remember when he was blowing his nose, he's like, "Oh man, I can't wait till I get better." And I know that feeling because I was sick last month. I was only sick for 2 days though, because the Qigong was like it was working. So my shit, it came and it went. So how fast it comes and it goes depends on the health of the body and everything. Because we're not even supposed to be getting sick. Well, I don't want to say we're not supposed to. If you're doing what's necessary to take care of the body, then you're not supposed to get sick. If you don't, then it's normal, and we go through it once a year, and then they have medicine for that. But if you don't, when you go through that experience, it's hell. And just think about it. Is it normal to go through that experience once or twice a year? Go getting sick. Like you have to put your body through hell once or twice a year. That shouldn't be normal. Like, people say, oh, my yearly is the yearly time to get sick, or I get sick around this time and get some medicine. Like that's not normal. I don't want to live a life like that. So that's why the last time I got sick, I was like, I'm never getting sick like this again. And I know why I got sick. I wasn't doing my fast as regularly as I should. That was my main thing. And I shouldn't even. I'm gonna be going on a liquid diet, but like that's later. Like not later. I said probably like in about a month. I'm gonna start on my liquid because I have to train myself back to that. So I'm gonna be going on to liquids. I'm gonna give myself probably about a month because I don't need to give myself that much time because my body's already trained. But I've been consuming every fast I break. I've been consuming, but I'm gonna be going on to liquids. So I can really start flushing out all of this shit. Because another thing you guys got to do is you guys got to be flushing out a lot of the food you guys ate, parasites, all of that needs to be flushed out. You need to flush that shit out. Um, and this is why I say it's very crucial to get on these long fasts and even do a detox cleanse, like a colon cleanse. I even suggest that. I'm probably gonna do one as well, but I usually just fast to get my shit out. But if you want to get it out quick, just get it out. But all of that shit, like I said, it's gonna get you right. It's gonna get you right. And once you start getting right health wise, then it benefits you in other aspects of your life. Not just you're gonna be a different person. You're gonna think clearer, be clear. And it was, yeah, he's like, I ate some BS and got food poisoning. Oh, he got food poisoning. Okay. Yeah, that shit. Damn. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The food is not, eating out is not sanitary. That's another thing. And it's crazy you brought that up because I just had a realization a few days ago, and like eating out is not sanitary. I had ate out at this taco truck. This taco truck is actually a good quality one because they cost like $3 for one taco and shit. All the places they're like $2. Anytime I see food that's cheap, I don't eat it. So if I go to a restaurant and the food is a little bit unreasonably cheap, I don't go there. So there's this other place. I literally drove like 8 miles to go to this fucking place to go get something because I wanted Mexican food, and all the Mexican foods in this area is trash and it's cheap, and they use cheap ingredients because everyone doesn't have money, so they have to supply the clients. So I had to go to the other one, and they charge more money, and it was good like the first time, but I could tell the spirit didn't want me eating there because I went there once and it was good. I went there again and it was good, and it's funny because when I went there, it was on the 3rd and the 6th of the month. And when I went there, my order number on the 3rd was 6, and my order number on the 6th was 3. And those times it was good. And then I went on a fucking 10, and then I got a fucking 4 for the order number, and I went on a 1. So those aren't good days. And then I remember the food was horrible, and I didn't get sick, but I could tell they used bad oil or some shit. Because when the food makes me sick, I get sick to my stomach. But it was kind of nauseous, so I knew it was the oil. And after that day, I'm not eating out again. Because after that day, I was like, I don't think this food's sanitary. And right when I said I don't think this food's sanitary, like I felt something in my leg, like it was like a jolt, and I knew there was a spirit telling me like, okay, don't eat out. So I'm not eating out no more. If you're not making your food, just I know it's a hassle to make your food, but that's what we have to do: make your food, or just eat or prepare it in advance. But even pre-made meals, I don't trust it because they're not what they're doing with the food is different. Even the reason that you may have gotten food poisoning isn't just because it may not be per se they didn't cook the food right. Maybe that was the case, but they're using cheaper ingredients to cut costs and to stretch out the product to make more money. So You got to be careful where you're eating at. I wouldn't even advise eating out no more. Like, to be honest, like if I do eat out, it's like a place I go to, like two places I would go to, and that's it. And even then, I don't even like going there really. Like, yeah, we gotta change this shit up. Yeah, I'm done eating out. I literally can't eat out at all. Like, I'm extremely picky as fuck. And even when I went to the place to eat, I told the bitch I only want rice, beans, meat, and cilantro. This bitch puts like, you don't want sour cream, you don't want cheese. I said no. The bitch puts cheese on my shit. Like, I like my food extremely plain. Like, even when I don't even eat hamburgers no more. But years ago when I ate that shit, I just like lettuce, tomato, and the meat. I don't like my shit plain as fuck. I like my steak extremely dry and um yeah, that's it. I like my meat really dry. Like, I like my meat very plain and very dry. That's why a lot of people, they when I be telling them to fix my shit a certain way, they be like, "Are you sure?" I'm like, "Motherfucker, I told you I want it this way." Like, I don't like a lot of this food and shit. I'm extremely picky, but when I do eat, I like my food cooked a certain way. It has to be like, if it's my meat, it has to be very dry. I don't like hard meat and shit. So like that's why I don't even like to eat out no more. It's just retarded. He's like, don't eat out cheap. That's why exactly. If the food is cheap, do not eat it. That's why I said, if you guys, I know some people can't afford it, but if you're breatharian and you don't eat as much, then you can afford it if you want to even eat. Like, if I don't eat for like 4 or 5 months straight or a few weeks, then I don't mind spending a little extra more money eating something else. But at this point, when I say eat out good quality, I'm talking about you got to go to like um 4 or 5 star restaurant. Like, that's how I'm looking at it. Because like all these other, even the restaurants that were good, that were higher quality, they're even using less quality shit. Like everything. And like, I don't know exactly like what the fuck is going on. Like, I think it has something to do with it being deliberate, but I also think it's a spiritual thing. I feel like this shift that we're in is kind of making everything as well. I don't want to say it's completely, because these motherfuckers don't have that much power, so we can't keep giving them power. So I think a lot of it has to do with some of it with them and some of it with like the way the shift is. Because with this new shift, we're supposed to be needing less, consuming less, not just out of just giving it up, but we don't need it because this new time our bodies are developing more, so we're able to sustain ourselves more. We don't need to consume as much. So it's crazy. Just, but I can already see like the going back onto the Saturn and Neptune transit. I can see that. I can kind of see how on certain aspects I can see how it's playing out on certain aspects in regards to like I can see how people are more, and even when it comes to music, because you got to remember Neptune, when Neptune was in Pisces, that was the beginning of the trap lean era. Remember that shit? Neptune was in Pisces back in 2012, 2011. That's when trap music, that's where that lean, Chief Keef, it came out. But you see how that's dying? Because Neptune rules music. So you see how that's dying? You see how that's kind of fading out? And it rules the media. So you see how it's dying and it's fading out. Nobody cares. Like back in the day, when you rap, when you heard a nigga, I'm gonna spread a nigga's block and blowing his head out. You be like, well, that shit slap. Now you hear that shit on the radio, you're like, that shit, I don't want to hear that shit. And people like me and you, we already know on a spiritual reason we don't like that shit. But when all these dumbass bots, when they say, "Oh, I don't want to hear that," don't think it's because they're smart and intelligent. It's just because we're in the ship and shit has changed. So now Neptune and Aries, everybody wants to make their own music. I was on Spotify the other day and I was looking for music to listen to, and in my mind, I'm like, I need to make my own fucking music. Like, why the fuck? Or if I'm gonna listen to music, I'd rather listen to somebody's music that, because I'll be listening to other people's music
on the internet who I watch their channel, and their music sounds good, and I'm on Spotify looking for some music, and I'm in my mind like, why don't I make my own music, or why don't I go listen to other people's music, because it like their music sounds better, and I'm like, all the music on Spotify, like it just hit me, because before I'm so used to going on Spotify and find some music, but I'm like, why don't I just support other people's music and then make my own music, and then that's the new thing, and you can see it play out more. This is why I'm saying this Neptune and Aries is more like everybody wants to be their own have their own label, their own movie shit, their own channel, their own thing. With all this Aries energy. And then, but Saturn's gonna be conjuncting Neptune, so it's gonna be a lot of fucking these bots, right? This also brings me back into why people are so batshit crazy. Everybody's depressed. Everybody's feeling regret and angry and upset because the shift that we're in. So now on a collective scale, you're gonna start seeing a lot of people that are gonna have a lot of regret. A lot of people's negative energies are gonna start manifesting into the reality. So, and it's gonna be for themselves because it's Aries. So you're gonna see a lot of people going through a lot of bullshit, having a lot of regret for their own situation, their own selves, and even when it comes to wishing they would have took action. Because now, since Saturn's conjuncting Neptune in Aries, now when people want to take action, it's going to be harder. It's going to be met with more resistance. Because, and on top of that, we're in a 9 year. So now this also adds why everyone's fucking depressed. You can kind of see and feel the vibe and energy. I don't know about you, but when I'm walking around, it's like I left my fucking I went to go get cash back, and I left I got cash back, and I forgot. I don't know. I sometimes I be just in my mind and I forgot to get the $60. I got 60, and I fucking forgot to get the money. And then the lady, she got the money, and she's like, "Hey, you forgot your money." And I was like, "Thank you." And like when she gave it to me, like she worked there, and like she gave it to me, like she got like she was mad or she was irritated or some shit. Like I don't know what it was, like just angry for no reason. I said thank you and everything, and she just got mad. And then the other day I left my phone, and fucking I found like they found it, and then I went and got it back. I went and got it back, and then the same thing happened. Like they were just angry, not angry, but like it's weird. Like most people just have a very negative, angry attitude nowadays, and it's because most people are doing what they don't want to do. And this time that we're in is getting people to feel like this is because you got to understand it's subconscious and conscious. Most of these bots, they don't know, they think that they want to work, they think that they want to do this, but if their spirit doesn't want to do it, it's gonna play out in negative things. So let's just say there's a bot who they like their 9 to 5, but they're not supposed to be there. You're gonna see a bunch of issues where they may get their check and they may have to go and spend their check on a car note, or they may end up getting disrespected in the fucking field, or maybe they just feel like they don't have enough time. Something's gonna happen, and they're like, oh, I'm doing everything right, I'm working, I'm paying these bills, and then it's like, oh, something's happening to me, and they want to blame other people and the devil and all this other shit. But it's like, no, bitch, you're just not doing what you're supposed to be doing. So Saturn's gonna be whooping your ass even more. And then now, since most people are going through what I'm just saying right now, and they don't know it, so this makes you, it makes you a person that wants to take accountability and do the shadow work, or it makes you a very bitter, angry person who wants to just project. And then when you do that, your life's just going to keep getting worse and worse until you get very old and then have a lot of regret and possibly kill yourself or do something very negative or whatever. So you don't want to be like these people. This is why I say, especially this time right now, Saturn going to Aries, Neptune, you really, this is what, because if you guys wasn't doing the work the past few years, it's going to be very hard for you if you weren't doing the work, because we're in a 9 year and Saturn's in Aries. So it ain't really a time to really initiate shit. It's always a time to initiate, but not really in terms of this alignment. We're supposed to be completing shit and tying up loose knots of what we've been doing these past 7 years since 2016, these past 9 years. Remember, I went to the chiropractor the first time 2016. And that's when I started really having like started realizing a lot of shit. Then 2019 came, I started fasting. And then 2021 came, I started doing my yoga every day. I've been doing shit, and it's funny because somebody told me years ago before I started doing yoga back in 2021. I remember some guy said it takes 5 years to remove the blockages. And when I look at it, I've been doing yoga for 4 years. next month is gonna be 4 years, and I literally feel the blockage is almost gone. I feel like it's almost. I feel like damn like a new person, probably like 85% like a new person. Compare, I don't even remember like where I was at in 2021, even where I was at last year, 2023. Like I looked at my videos, I can't even imagine like the way I was looking, the way I was talking, even like beginning of 2024. Just look back now and then and how I was. It's different, and like I said, I'm gonna I keep going more and more. So it's like I'm telling you niggas, man, like this shit ain't no game. No, I'm gonna drop the link. I kind of missed my point right there, but yeah, yeah, this is a 9 year. That's what I was talking about. This is a 9 year, so this is a completion. So we're supposed to be already completing a whole bunch of shit. And I'm not saying you guys have to start in the beginning. Like, let's just say you started midway through. You should at least see some type of culmination of that. So at least if you've been doing something for a few years, you should at least see some type of culmination in something. Because once 2026 comes, it's gonna be a brand new year. So that's gonna be some whole nother shit. So that's gonna be you elevated on a certain level, or you're gonna be like in hell, and then you gotta have to climb up out of that shit, and it's gonna be very because at that because life is about to change. The way the reality is, life is about to really change, like the speed of life, everything's about to change. So how you see reality right now is not going to be the same at the end of the year. And I'm not talking about no government or because I don't talk about that. I don't give a fuck about what they're doing or any of that shit. Well, I'm talking about reality and how we see it. It's not by the end of this year is going to be a difference. So get that out of your mind. Like, oh, I got to do this. I got to do. You don't know how life's going to be. Life is not about to be how you think it is in the next year. So don't think that how life is right now. I need to do this. I need to do this. You may not even have fucking time to do shit but work on self. So stop worrying about shit that's not important. Stop worrying about, oh, I want to go on vacation, I want to do this and that. What the fuck is the point of going on vacation where a vacation is only gonna last like 2 seconds because you can't even enjoy it because there's so much shit going on. Why not just structure yourself so your whole life is a vacation? So even if the day is only like the time is going by so fast, your whole life is structured as a vacation, time won't matter. You see what I'm saying? And that's just an example. Like, you got to structure your life because it's not about, oh, I got to do this, I got to do this. It's about your whole life needs to be in authenticity with how you want it to be. Not, oh, I got to work here and I got to do that. You're going to fucking, that's a whole different world. You're going to be left in the old world. And they're going to have AI to replace that shit. That's probably one of the reasons they haven't AI replace that fucking shit. It's because literally it wouldn't even make sense and how people are gonna work because or they're gonna have to probably work from home. So they just wake up and go to work and come back. So it won't be because all that traveling and all that other shit. Was good with it, Robert. Yeah, I'm about to go. About to do my key going in a minute, guys. Yeah, I was gonna move back in with my family, out of state, but the spirit told me don't move. I don't think I'm supposed to be moving, so I don't think I'm gonna move. Oh, he said drop the link. All right, for sure. I'm gonna drop the link right now. Yeah, I'm about to do my key gong in a minute, but I'm gonna let you join the thing. Ray Mercury, he must have not seen my last live stream. I'm not gonna block you or nothing. I shout out to Moody Mercury. I said in my comment, if anybody talks to me about, if anybody mentions the LA fires in my live stream, I'm gonna block them. That's what I said because I said I'm not entertaining stupid shit this year. So I really don't even care or know about. I literally didn't even watch anything. You guys probably don't believe me, but I didn't watch nothing about the LA fires. I was scrolling my feed and I seen like something burning, and then I just ignored it and I went past it. And this is what made me not even want to speak about it. I kept seeing so many people talk about it. Once I seen so many YouTubers and content creators talking about it, and I was like, okay, this is off limits for my channel because I'm not entertaining stupid shit this year. And I'm sure everything that you probably wanted to know about it, I'm sure you already got to know it from other content creators or from the media, whatever. Because I'm not entertaining dumb shit. I can really care less about shit like that. Like, Like, I wish more people would just not entertain it. But I could see why people they want to speak about it and shit.
Where are you coming from? My bad. I was in the. I
Oh,
wasn't listening.
oh shit! No, I was done. I was just saying, because
Oh,
he wanted me to talk about the LA fires. Like, I'm done. I'm not talking about that shit because I'm not entertaining anything that's
okay.
fucking retarded. Because it's like, what's the point? Unless, and I'm not saying no. There's no beef to, or problem with Mooney Mercury him saying that or nothing. I'm just talking like the average person out there. They're like, why do you want to talk? Like, they'll tell you like, oh, you heard about the LA fires? And I'm like, okay, look, what are we gonna do? Are you gonna did you donate? Did you go down there and fucking help clean up the mess or do something? And if you don't come at me with that, then at that point you want me to feel depressed. I'm looking at you like you want me to feel sad. You want me to feel angry. You want me to feel an emotion. And like, and even then, like if I came back with a happy, be like, oh, that's funny, and laughed and be like, you'll look at me with disrespect and probably cuss me out, look at me like I'm some type of demon. But yet you're the one who brought that story to my fucking awareness. That's the bigger demon. Like, why would you do that? Like,
Yeah.
I'm chilling, doing my thing, and you want to talk about something that's negative. Like, at the end of the day, people's house get burned every day. There's people who fucking their houses got burned in Africa, village in South Sudan. They have political war, and the reason, one of the reasons for starvation is because of these political wars, and the families, they don't have a place to stay because got these rebels coming in and raping women. That shit happens regularly, yearly. Nobody talks about that, but some fucking rich people and some fucking people who are playing PlayStation 5 sit on their stinking asses all day. Their shit goes down, and that's a problem. Like, I'm supposed to talk about it. Like, I really don't give a fuck about any of this shit, really. So it's like, what's being done to help? And if nothing's being done, then I don't really care. And even then, like, who the fuck said I even gotta help them at all? Like, at the end of the day, like, I'm here to do my thing. I'm not trying to help no humans or do shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't it supposed to be a really well off community? Isn't it like $2 million
I,
homes and above and stuff? So
every
why?
every fucking house in California is damn near a well off house. Nigga, I don't know any house in California that's under $500,000. Like, the fuck.
Yeah,
That's like
that's true.
every fucking house is like it's overpriced. These
Yeah.
are like old piece of shit houses. They're not, don't think that these are nice houses. These are piece of shit ugly houses that are like priced at like $500,000. They ripping people off. So just saying that, that's like a broad statement. Like, every house is fucking damn near 2 million.
Wow. Yeah.
Or about to be 2 million. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that situation is just way too obvious of like what's going on. So to me, it's just like something to distract people in the 3D. So to bring their vibration down, to give them a storyline that it's all going to shit. Which, I mean, it is all going to shit.
I don't think it's that. Just everything that's happening, just a bunch of like just people that are like just it's all emotional,
Yeah.
mental illness. It's nothing to do with like that. I thought that at first when I see a negative event in life. Like, you see the pandemic, you see all these killings. Like, you would think that's the program. They want you to think it's some type of strategic reason or they have to do it. No, it's just like it's just like somebody who just upset and they're mentally ill. Like, somebody who beats their wife, for example, or who abuses children, who hits their children upside the head and too much, and they just abuse them, and then they try to have a reason. Well, I'm doing this because I love you, but in reality, it's like he's doing it because he got emotional issues. Because if somebody threw your ass in jail and whipped your ass, they could say they're doing that because they love you, so you can stop beating the children. But then when it goes to that point, it's your enemy. And you're attacking them. You see what I'm saying? So that's why I just say it's all bull. It's all out of emotion. It's all out of because these people are very bored. They have a lot of trauma and they have a lot of fear based upon them wanting to keep what you can't keep anything in this reality forever. So they're trying to keep something you can't keep forever, and that's where it stems from, and the emotions behind it, and that's it. Really, there's no intelligence about anything, and it's not. I don't even want to say it's about them trying to keep what they want to keep because they already know they can't keep what they want to keep. So it's not even about that. It's just about them just wanting to be emotional. They don't fuck with the people. Like, they're angry and they're just very angry people and they just felt like doing it. That's really what it is.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Because I mean, you were talking about 2026. I think this year, once we hit 2025, I was like, this is nice energy. But then they do the terrorist attack, and then we got the fires right after that, and it's, to me, it's just they're just tanking the system just because the energy is so good.
I don't even like. They're not tanking no system really. Only thing they're tanking is their system that they created.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah, so in reality, like you don't have to be a part of that. Like none of that shit affects me. Like at the end of the day, all the people talking about all these events, Diddy and whatever the fuck they want to talk about, fires, whatever. Like they still got to clock in to go to work today. Like in their reality, like let's just say you didn't have a cell phone, you didn't have the news, and you just had just going to work every day. You wouldn't even know those things existed other than what somebody said. And when in anybody that's gonna tell you that they exist is gonna be somebody working on the clock or somebody who's like a customer or somebody who's just around you. It's not going to be somebody who's like really important like that. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, who cares? That's how I look at it. It's like it's not important really, because if it was, then your life would have changed. And you can't say, well, their life changed. You got people in Africa who go through way worse shit on a daily basis. Bad things happen way worse than that. So you guys gotta understand, like it's all bullshit. Like I don't. That's why I don't even like entertaining dumbass shit like that.
Yeah. Hey, have you noticed the fog? Do you think that's anything? I didn't really think anything of it. I noticed the fog, but it wasn't
Like
until I saw a video and then I was like, "Oh shit. I've been
yeah,
seeing a lot of fog."
like me though, like one thing with me though, like every time cause like I have a feed. We all have a feed. So
Yeah.
I see shit on my feed. And when I see certain shit on my feed, like I'm at a point right now where if I see certain people talk about it, or if I see a certain amount of something being talked about, I tend to not look at it. So I don't know. I seen like people talk about it, but I just categorize it as bullshit. So I don't go into it. So I don't really know. I have to really look into it to see. But it's most likely some bullshit.
Yeah.
Is more all of it really gotta understand, like most of this shit is just entertainment and distraction. Like they have to entertain you to make you feel, because they already know people hate this reality. People hate going to work. People hate going to take care of their people hate this, so they have to keep people entertained. Oh, the white man's gotta come. Oh shit, I'm at 5%. The white man's gotta die and get karma, and the fires is karma, and Anunnaki and Planet X. They have to say all this dumb shit to get people like excited and attracted to this reality, because they know this reality ain't shit. So it's all a distraction at the end of the day. Okay. Yeah, I'm about to be out in a minute. Oh
All
fuck.
right.
Yeah,
So,
I'm at 5%. But I'm gonna go live, and when I go live, I always leave the link. I just forgot this time, but shit,
oh, it's
I
okay.
always leave the link.
Are you always up this early? Do you have trouble sleeping?
No, I'm always I come up because when you fast a lot and you have energy, I don't get tired that much. Like when you wake up in the morning, you get groggy. Like I
Yeah.
don't get groggy. Like I wake up in the morning, I'm up because I have like, so I don't really get tired like that. Like I sleep for like a few. I probably sleep like 5 hours a night, and I'm up and I'm good, and I'll be up, and then I go to sleep, and then I wake up like probably like in 2 hours, and then I'll probably do some shit and then go to sleep, wake up for 3. I don't really have issues sleeping at all.
Oh, okay.
When I go on my long fast, like my extended fast, then I have problems sleeping, because and it's not even a problem, because when you go on a fast, you're not gonna sleep that much. You sleep less, and it's harder for you to sleep. Not because you're hungry. They say, oh, it's because you're hungry you can't sleep. No, motherfucker, it's because your body's not. Because even when you're a breatharian and you're fasting, like I've been on a 10-day fast and I wasn't hungry. And this is why I tell you guys, when you're able to get to these high fasts, don't stop, and because you'll go back. So I went on a 10-day fast and I wasn't hungry, and I was able to keep going, and for days, like I was straight. So
Yeah, you're probably running a lot of energy when you hit that state of without food and you're just running on that pure I don't even
yeah,
know what to call it, but just
it, it yeah,
energy.
yeah, you're right, because your digestive system isn't working. And when you're because you guys don't understand how much your digestive system is. Oh, if you eat every day, especially multiple times a day, your digestive system is never taking a break. It's
Yeah.
always breaking food down. So when you stop eating, your digestive system actually is resting. So that energy, it takes so much energy to break down food. When you don't break down food, that energy can heal the body. It can keep you up at night. It can do so much. But you may feel it as those hunger pain, and you because you've got all the hunger pain you feel is your body withdrawing from drugs. That's all it is. No different than a drug addict, because food is a drug. And if you don't want to say that it's a drug, then what I would tell you is only eat raw veggies and fruits. Nothing cooks. I'm pretty sure most people will have a hard time doing that. They need something sweet, salty in a package. So that right there proves that food is a drug, because you're not eating just to eat food. You're eating so you can have a certain feeling, and all those chemicals that you can't pronounce, like polysorbate number 90 and all that shit is a drug going in your body, and you're addicted to it. So that's what makes you want to eat and consume more. So when you don't have that in your body, you can heal the body more. You can think clearer. You have so much more ability just from not eating, putting that in the body. So, and I'm not telling you to not eat or nobody, because at the end of the day, humans are meant to eat on a certain level. To be a breatharian, you have to eat. No one, otherwise, we'll have starving children in Africa become breath. There'll be no such thing as starvation. So I'm not saying don't eat. You got to work your way up. That's why what I would tell somebody who's trying to get on this path is just focus on meditation and yoga, or qigong and yoga, or energy work and yoga. And once you start doing that consistently for a few months, you will notice your appetite and your energy start to change. And from there, then you can start delving into the fasting, and then that's how I would tell anyone to start this process: is do qigong and then do yoga, and then build the energy up, and then the energy will slowly sustain you and make you be able to do these fasts a lot better, quicker. So yeah.
I got you. Is your phone about to die?
Shit, at 10% right now. I'm just
Oh,
charging
you're
it.
good. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna do. Well, I'll probably do my qigong a little bit. Probably like about 10 minutes once the sun gets out a little bit more.
Okay.
But yeah, I do my qigong every day around 8. I do it every day at 8, but it's 8 right now, so I'm just like fuck it. I just go live a little bit because this is a good
And
live.
you taught yourself qigong, or you learned it online or something, or
I taught myself half, and then some of the moves I learned online, but some of the stuff I learned, like some of the moves that I do, I learned myself. But when I first started doing, I was learning from people.
huh.
But to be honest, there's so many qigong movements. Like I low key probably think there's like a lot more than they tell you. It's different moves you can do, but you learn this. This is why it's good to develop the mental realm, what they call astral projection and all that shit. Like, so you'll be able to tap in and learn, have more of a better learning capacity than just on YouTube, because a lot of the shit on YouTube is tainted. And then not only that, when you start learning your own shit, then you can actually have your own intellectual property. Nobody can't fuck with, because it's your own shit.
I got you.
So that's why it's good to really learn it. There's no way, it's not even learn how to astral project. You don't learn how to astral project. Everyone knows how to do it. It's like imagine if I imagine if I tied your leg to um tied your leg to your hand and told you to walk with two legs. You're not going to be able, I told you to walk with two legs. You're not going to be able to walk unless you get the blockage out. I can't say that you don't know how to walk and I know how to walk. You got to remove the tie. So that's what astral projection is. We all know how to astral project. It just, that ability has been cut off from you. And the reason it's been cut off because the spirit, the energy doesn't feel like you need is necessary, or you need it at this point. You don't need it at this point. So there's something that you can do right now that you don't need that, and then whenever you do need it, it'll be granted you that. Because reality is really like you don't really control the reality 100%. Like everything, even when good things happen to you, they happen to you as a result of what you've done. And even when they do happen, it's got to be times where things come down, and then things come up. This is why I say it's good to have your inner happiness and inner peace, so you're not dependent on external, because you'll be like these other people. Like you see all these millionaires and these people who have money, and then they'll be happy, but then they'll be sad, and they'll be up, and then their happiness and sadness is predicated on how much money they made, or if they're feeling good, or maybe it's like they're feeling sick, or they lost some money in the market. They're never really, it's dependent externally,
Yeah.
is what I'm trying to say. When you're on this breatharian type of chi level, and you don't even have to take my word for it. Go hang around somebody who's on this path. They may not be spiritual, they may not be that smart, but one thing I notice about these individuals, they're always joyful and happy,
Yeah.
just chilling. No matter, and it's not because they're just oblivious. There could be some negative shit happening to them. They still don't give a fuck because they've developed that energy so much. They cultivate that energy so much. This takes a long time though. It's not just something just come overnight. You got to build it, and then when you do that, that's when you start tapping into breatharianism, liquidarian. You look at the world from a different perspective. So it's not that negative things don't affect you. It's just you looking at them differently. The reality looks different because as you do this energy work, as you become closer to breatharian, the world doesn't look the same no more. Everything looks different. Everything sounds different. Everything smells different. You're just aware everything feels different. When you touch something, it feels more. Everything feels more immersive. You see what I'm saying? So when you tap into this state, you don't give a shit as much when things happen to you. It's not that bad things don't happen. It just you don't care as much. So this is how you could tell you're building prana, chi, what they call prana and chi, whatever you want to call it. That's how you can tell. And you feel it after like a few months, you start feeling the energy. Like the energy, I've been doing this for 7 months or going on 7 months. I would say after 3-4 months is when I really started feeling the energy. I was feeling it after 1 month, but that was just mainly relaxation. After probably like 2 months, 3 months, like 4 months, that's when I really started like, okay, I can see this energy is really like, I can't explain it to you guys. It's so, but if I explain it, it kind of sound like, yeah, it's kind of like, just you guys have to just really be doing this to really experience it.
Hmm.
I don't like,
Yeah.
and I told myself, I was sorry for cutting you off, but
No, no, go
I
ahead. Go
told,
ahead. I was just gonna say I'll have to check it out.
okay, yeah, I told myself like, how come people aren't doing this? Like, but I'm thinking like maybe people are not everyone can do it because like I'm building this energy. I'm like, why don't they teach this shit in school, or why isn't like people doing? Because this shit is really beneficial, especially if you play sports or whatever. Very
Uh-huh.
beneficial, but I don't think everyone has the capacity. Because like I said, when I was watching the bald headed nigga. Well, I don't want to name his name, but he talks about qigong, and he was saying he teaches his students how to, like, he was pretty much telling his students how to feel the magnetic field. I don't like these words. Like they say magnetic field. It's pretty much like when you move in the hands, and because like me, I feel a gravitation. I hate these words, but what they call gravitational pull, you will feel something like that. This is just the energy.
Uh-huh.
And he was telling people like it takes years for people to activate that Dantean energy. And some people, not everyone, but he said it takes some people years for him to activate that energy. And I'm like, it takes you years to do that shit? What the fuck? Like, what are you doing? But
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Like, everyone is different for everyone. Everyone has a different level. The reason I think it came so quick with me is because I was doing a lot of yoga, qigong. I was doing a lot of yoga and shit. Because before, back in 2021, I was doing yoga.
Uh-huh.
I was doing qigong, but it didn't work for me. Like I didn't feel the energy at all. That's why I stopped doing it for 3 years until I started last year. So yeah, that's what I'm like. I don't think everyone has the capacity to really do it. So maybe that's the reason. But yeah, but it is what it is.
Have you
All I
done it
know,
on live or have you just recorded and uploaded it?
no, I've uploaded a few sessions. You haven't seen any of my sessions?
No, I've seen you upload it, but I didn't know if you've done it on live.
Yeah, I've done it live before. I was live streaming. I did it live. I've done it live multiple times, probably like at least 3, 4 times. Yeah, I'm gonna go live. I'll probably go live because yeah, I'm probably gonna go live because I like to do it outside. When you do it outside, I feel the energy a lot more. Like you could do it inside and build energy, but when I do it outside, it's like I feel the energy more because they say there's negative ions outside and all that, and it's just it's natural. I love doing it outside. When you do it inside though, you still can do it. I don't want to say you can't build the energy because I did it inside for like a week straight, especially when I was at my dad's house. I did it for like inside, and the energy was still building just as I was doing it outside. But when you do it outside, I feel the experience is a lot more like enjoyable because it's like you're connected with the whole environment. And like the environment, it's like when I was doing this Qigong, the environment was like starting to change. Like the way it was looking, like it was looking more. Like it was, yeah. The experience is a little bit more different when you're outside.
Huh.
Yeah, and I'm gonna probably go live tomorrow, do a live stream because I did a live stream right now. I'll probably do it tomorrow and do a live. Yeah,
Huh.
but
So you didn't take a class or anything for
for no, I
Qigong?
didn't take no. I
Oh,
didn't
okay.
take. There's this one. There's one when I first did it. There's one because what gave me the idea to do this right was actually back in the day, back in 2019, I started doing breath work, like the breath work back in 2019, and I felt the energy, but I didn't take it. I didn't think of it because the first day I felt doing qigong, like the first day I felt relaxed, right? And then you got to build the energy. So with the breath work, it's the same way. You got to build the energy. I didn't know, so I did breath work years ago, and when I was doing the breath work, it built up some energy, and then ever since then, I that was been my form of meditation. I would do breath work, and it would always relax me. But when I started doing qigong, that's when I did it more consistently,
Uh,
and the qigong it builds energy like breath work. You're building what they call prana. But it's a different way. And I started sticking with it with the qigong, and then from the qigong, I learned movements from this one guy. His name was Jerome Shaw. He's a liquidarian. That's the only, like I said, any person I learned qigong from is from somebody who's breatharian or liquidarian.
huh.
I'm not saying you can't learn from anyone else and shit, but the other people, you got to understand the other people who you're learning it from, they're just copying the information. They're not getting their own because a breatharian and a liquidarian, they're able to tap in to astral, the mental realm, and learn their own shit and pretty much tailor and customize a plan that for themselves. And if they're
Right.
teaching people, other people, versus these other people, these Asians, these Indians, they don't have no spirituality. They don't have no creative ability. Like their closest shit is Hinduism and all that crap. So they're just it's just more sensational.
Uh huh.
Their information is not really real. So they just copy what's already there. Like, oh, this is the dragon claw, this is this. And don't get me wrong, some of the moves they copy, they're not it's not like they don't work. They work, but that's the reason. They work because they copied them. So
Right.
that's the information that's like was already out, and that's like the basic. But when you want to get on a deep level, then that's when you want to go tap in mentally and do other shit. And yeah, it's just that's why it's good to really tap in on a mental level to learn this. Or if you're gonna learn from somebody, I would prefer learning it from a breatharian or somebody who's a liquidarian, because when they practice the energy, you know you're using the energy to cultivate. You're not just using the energy to relax and just to feel good. And just every workout you do, every day that you do qigong needs to be growing you inwardly, inner alchemy. It should be growing you, not just relaxing you, not just maintaining, growing you.
Hmm.
So always keep that in mind. Don't like, a lot of these other people, they just play with it like it's just something. It's like a little hobby, or oh, we're just gonna do qigong, and they just want to make money, and it's like yoga. They just do it a little bit just to look good, and to have an image, and then they like fuck out of here with that shit. Like if it's not trying to better you, why am I even doing it? I'm not. We're not just doing this to have fun. This is supposed to be bettering you, or you're a different person. Like it's weird. Like I don't get it. Like I've been doing this shit for 6 months, and I be seeing other people who been doing it like the same amount of time, and like they just act like it's just normal. Like they just. But I'm looking at it, I'm like, I feel like a different person. Like the way
Yeah.
when I move my arms and my fucking it feels weird. Like I made a joke. I was like, I feel like it felt like I have an engine on my hands and my limbs, like an engine. Like there's like an engine on my hands and my leg. Because when I walk and when I move my hands, it feels hella like quick. Like even like when I move my hands quick, it doesn't feel like I'm moving my hand because it's so quick. Like I can't explain it. You guys got to really get on this. Like I
Mm.
remember I was booking it. Not because I was doing nothing illegal, but I was just running because I just booked it because I didn't feel like walking all the way to the location. So I was just let me just run. I ran, and then fucking it felt like I was driving a vehicle or some shit. Like it didn't feel like when you run somewhere, you're like even when you're not tired, you feel like you've been running. It didn't feel like I was running, and I had it ran like that in months. Like before I did key, like this was a couple weeks ago or a couple months ago. This was the first time I ran like that since I did Qigong. So it was before July. So when I was running, I was like, damn, how the fuck did I? I'm telling you, like, it's just. And this is all shit you guys can do. I'm not just saying this shit. You guys can do this shit too. So, like, there's people like ask Mysterio. Mysterio was in my life. He said he does boxing. He was able to punch that shit a lot stronger, work out more. So Mysterio, he's a testimony. He joins my chat. He even I'm telling you, this shit ain't no joke. I'm so glad Mysterio came on my live. Shout out to Mysterio. He came on my live and he told me that his experience. So it didn't make me look like, oh, I'm just saying this, and it makes it look like I'm just nah, nigga. This shit is some real, yeah.
Mm.
But I'm probably gonna end up having to go. If you got anything you want to say real quick,
Yeah, no, I was just gonna say if you want to set up your camera, I'll check it. I'll check it out right
okay.
now and watch your session. Is it like 15 minutes or 25
It,
minutes?
30 minutes is when I is
Oh dang.
yeah, 30 minutes. But let me tell you this: you don't have to. Since it's your first time, you don't have to do it the whole one. Just do what you can. Cause I don't want to. I don't. My thing is I don't push anybody to everything that I talk to you about. You're good. We're getting to a point where you want to do it, not you're forced. Anything that you feel like you're forced to do, that's not because when you do this workout, let's just say it takes a week or so, you're gonna get to a point where you're gonna look forward to it. Because once you're able to be aware of the energies and it's building, you're gonna be excited. You're gonna be like, I can't miss a workout because
Yeah.
you're gonna probably regret you not doing this shit when I told you to do it. Because I regret not doing this 2-3 years ago. I'm like, damn, all this time. That's why I said get on it and do it. And do it for 5 minutes, 10 minutes. But as you keep doing it, you're gonna feel the energy. Once you start feeling the energy, then you're gonna be like, damn, I want to try this. I want to keep going. And then you're gonna be looking forward to it, just like you like forward to whatever you like to do every day. That's
Yeah.
gonna be your new thing because you have to be aware of it. So that's why I tell you, I just stick to it. Then once you start seeing the energy, that's gonna motivate you to want to keep going, and then that should be your motivation. Same with the fasting and everything. Once you start doing this fast and everything, and you start tapping in and get into the high level days, then that's what's gonna motivate you. And even but fasting is a little bit takes more mental discipline, but it's the same way. And I would set it up on my camera right now, but my battery's like at 7%. So
Oh, you're good.
yeah,
We'll
I'm
do
gonna
it
have to.
another time.
Yeah, I'll set it up, and I'll probably when I have my other channel, I think that's probably even before that, because that's gonna be probably like in another couple weeks or a week and a half. But either then or I'll do it probably tomorrow. I'm gonna do it in, and
Yeah,
I'll put
post it
yeah.
if or like post about it if you're gonna do it tomorrow, and then if you do it
Okay.
live, that'd be cool to
Po-
see too. But
yeah, I'm gonna post it in advance, so you'll know what I do it like in a day or two in advance. Like I'm going live tomorrow or this
okay,
day, so if you see my thing, you'll be able to catch it. Cause I
cool.
be going. I don't really post when I go live, but I'm gonna start doing that so get more audience in the.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
All right, bro.
All right then, man. Take it easy.
Yeah, you too, bro.
Yep. Yep.
See you later.
Yep. Just shout out to Robert. Yep. Shout out to Robert, long time subscriber. But I'm probably about to end this live stream at 6%. I gotta end this motherfucking shit. Do my qigong. I do my stretch. Usually I have my stretch and my qigong done this early in the morning. But I just did this live stream just to. I'm gonna keep it a little bit. I'm gonna keep it more positive. I'm not gonna, because at first I was like, I'm not gonna make no videos and shit. But I just have to have a realization. Like, I don't give a fuck about these views or nothing. Because, like, to be honest, I don't care about all this shit. But I feel like the reason I said I didn't want to make videos was because I was kind of irritated. But I was like, there's nothing for me to be irritated about, because at the end of the day, like, I was talking my bullshit. So I'm gonna just keep it on what I gotta keep it on. I'm not gonna, because all that none of that shit's important. All that shit, even all the shit I was saying, doing, anything that has nothing to do with health and getting the body right and the mind right via health is not important. Even if I said it is not important. So fuck everything else. It's not important. The demons and the devils, they're gonna try to get you to think that's just important because they can't do what they need to do. They're stuck in hell. That's why anybody who has to keep attacking. There's somebody, I'm not gonna name his name, but somebody fucking made a video about me trolling, talking his bullshit. I'm not even gonna name his name. I'm not even gonna get upset, whatever, because obviously the dude has his fucking feelings hurt. So I'm not even. I'm not entertaining that no more. That's what people want me to. That's one thing it is. Like, people look, they'll see a video of me online of me getting loud and cussing people out, and then they'll go and do some type of shit to make and thinking that I'm gonna respond because they think I'm a certain way because they seen one aspect of me, as if like that's just not one version of me. Like, I could be fucking acting and just like, these people are so dumb. So that's why I just ignore motherfuckers like that and let them run their mouth, because they think they know everything about you. They think I'm not supposed to come always like, nigga, I don't always come angry and upset. You can say whatever you want. I don't care, because all I know is I know what's important. What's important to me. When I say what's important, I say what's important to me. I ain't know what's important to the collective, to know where there's no such thing as we. There's only what's important to you and your own group that's going on. There's no we. Don't let any of these people try to put we're all in a category. We're not in no category. Last time I checked, nigga, ain't nobody helping you out in life. And the closest thing somebody can, at least the information I'm giving you, I'm helping you get your situation straight. The people, content creators out here who are really, they're helping you. But as far as anyone else, ain't nobody helping you. So as far as we, you can't even talk about anybody with we, because ain't nobody really doing shit at the end of the day for no one. Like these MGTOW talk about, oh, we men, us men. They can stop saying that stupid shit. There's no such thing as us men. There's no such thing as us men. Dumbass. Stop saying that fucking shit. Because even the men in your chat and in your comments, if they were all in the same room, it will still produce the same energy that you guys are talking about. Like, you don't fuck with other niggas. They go, oh, I don't fuck with simps. But if everybody in the same chat were to be in the same room, there'll be arguments, and you will call some of them simps, because simp does not mean, oh, this what this person is doing to a female. Is all based on an individual's perspective. So somebody would do something, or somebody would try to get better in their life, and then once this person who's down bad gets better, then he's a simp now because he got more women than you. It's all based on, she's all trauma bonding. Anytime you trauma bond and you're around somebody and you guys are just cool because you all have the same trauma, then everybody has to be in that misery and in that hell. Anybody that tries to get better is a simp now. Or anybody that has a different thought to get better is a simp. It's like a crab in a barrel. So, nigga, there's no such thing as we. The only people talking about we are motherfuckers who are trauma bonding and watching these stupid spiritual soul faggot nigger channels. And those are the only people that are talking about we. Anybody that's on some real shit, if they talking about we, they got their own little group or whatever. They got their own little shit they going, or they have their own shit and they're doing something. They're actually helping, bringing an impact, doing shit. Damn, this fucking sun. So I'm at 4% right now, John. See, But I just want to just get this message out. Shout out to everybody who joined the room. Shout out to Moody Mercury, J Vass. He said almost with my ass. Nah, I'm cool, dog. I'm not. I wasn't good at it. I'm not really tripping. Like, I'm not going to be entertaining shit this year. Like, and I did low key kind of talk about it when Robert was in here. He kind of but that's as far as I'm speaking. I can really get. And it's like the reason I'm not speaking on because I really don't care. It's not like I'm not trying to ruin the minds of people. There's nothing to do with that because everybody and their mama's talking about this shit. So it's not even. I'm not even coming at it from a perspective like I'm not trying to entertain it because I don't want to ruin people's minds and brainwash it. And nothing to do with just I don't fucking look at it like it's important. Like I literally don't care. Like I have fucking an Aquarius stellium. So most like when I see something that's mainstream or it's popular, I don't like it. And I have a Venus in the sixth house in Aquarius. So anything that the most people like, I don't like. If too many people told me this shirt was good looking, too many bots told me this shirt was good looking, I swear I would stop wearing it. I remember in high school, I was wearing some Converses and everybody started wearing them. I stopped wearing them because I don't like fucking what people do. That when too many people listen to a song that I like, I don't like the song no more. I don't like what people do. That's just how I am. So when I see somebody speaking and talking about something spiritually, if it's right, obviously, like for example, fasting, breatharianism, healing, people talking about that, I'm gonna fucking obviously do it. I'm like, oh, I'm not gonna do that. So obviously, you have common sense. But when it's shit that's not important, like anything that I see on CNN, which is not important, then that's when I'm like, okay, I definitely need to not speak about it. Even if it was like even if it was like nobody was speaking on it, the fact that it's on CNN is off limits. I told you, nigga, like anything that's on CNN is all a hoax. It's a joke. It's fake. Nothing, anything that they say on the news is fake. And if you say, well, I felt it in my real life, that means somebody is trying to make you feel it. And that person needs to be thrown in fucking jail and needs to be, something needs to happen to that person. Cause you can't, it's like if I tell you, oh, I'm gonna do divination. My tarot card says you're gonna die in a car accident. You liar, you can't predict that. And then tomorrow I try to drive a car over you. At that point, nigga, I'm going to jail for a fucking attempt to trying to kill somebody. You see what I'm saying? So nothing on the news is important. And anything in real life that happens that's on the news, that means some man did it. And that nigga needs to be whatever man did it. And I know God, but whatever man in whatever fuck you want to call it, whatever group of men did it, they need to be charged for that shit. So that's how I see the news. Like nothing on the news should affect me in real life. And if it does, that's a problem. That means there's some type of government that's inflicting. So at that point, you didn't even have to make the news article. You could have just done what you did. Like think about it like this. Why if they're gonna burn down a place, why even put on the news? Why not just burn it and leave it at that? Like why even put on the news? It's like when they put on the news, it's like they're trying to save face. Oh, we didn't do it. Oh, who did it? Oh, like obviously, like why not just do it? If you were gonna do it, just do it and don't put it on the news. Why you have to put on the news? It's fucking retarded. So it's all retarded, dude. It's all stupid. Excuse me. I don't know. But I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna end this live stream, guys, and I'm out. Peace.